We've got a huge problem with education. We're in the top, we're seventh, I believe, in the republic in the amount we spend, but we're not seventh in all of the test scores.
Right.
Many of our neighbors spend less than us and their kids score higher. 25% of Wyoming high school graduates that come to the University of Wyoming cannot do freshman math or freshman language. We're losing on the average another 20% is dropouts. We need to do something different in our system, and it's not the teachers, it's the system they're working in. Common Core, which is a follow-on to No Child Left Behind, should go. No Child Left Behind means we hold them all back. There are kids sitting in classes, not only they're not being educated, they're holding back the bright kids who are trying because the teacher has to leave no child behind. I cannot let you guys work ahead like in small schools I went to. When we were working ahead, the nuns just says, okay, to keep you knotheads out of trouble, go to the next session. And she just let us work ahead while she worked with kids that needed more help. And Common Core means we make sure we hold them all back. They can't go, the bright kids can't advance until the least common denominator can master the material. All of these problems have gotten out of hand because we left the Constitution. We don't need the feds involved in education. That should be a local thing. I think I came through a school system that did not have that kind of structure. The administration for the school was in the building, and their supervisors were at the state level, but they weren't set up like we are here, where you've got lots of administrators making 6, 7 figures. Well, 6 figures anyway. What you do is you reintroduce competition in the classroom, competition between schools. I mean, academic competitions like we used to have, true academic competitions. I want arithmetic, algebra, language, and science to be taught at the highest level or at the highest standards, and I want our kids to have a chance to get there. I want the math teacher to teach math. I don't want the math teacher filling out forms, doing social engineering. I want the math teacher who majored in math and math education because they have a gift for it and they love teaching. Well, rather than fight the teachers union, rather than get into the politics and the district administrations, rather than deal with local school boards, that's the local people's issue. Here's the money to the parents. Let's you guys work it out. The state's out of this. We're going to give every child a voucher. Every family will decide how to educate their child. Now, if you want to put that money into the present school system, that's your right. But if you as a group of parents, and a lot of my homeschoolers, and I love our homeschool kids, I am just amazed at how well they do. We'll band together for certain types of teachers, especially advanced mathematics and science and foreign language. Okay, that's a school. Okay, they take their voucher and they do that. And when we do that, we decrease much of the administrative burden that's introduced actually by federal overreach. The other thing that will cause is competition in education. Homeschoolers are supported, private schools are supported, church schools are supported, and the public school system will be supported. Studying the Wisconsin system, when they did this, the public school systems improved exponentially as well. Competition for the education dollar will control spending, pay our teachers properly, and raise the level of education. We have totally forgotten about vocational education. We just pay lip service to it. That should come back, and I mean come back in spades. Now we're creating people who can actually do things. You need a ready workforce if you're going to attract business. We do window dressing on information technology. Look, I want our kids not to know how to use Word. I mean, you can learn that online. I want our kids to know how to build computers. I want our kids to know how to repair them. I want our kids to know how to write code, and I want our kids to be able to do research in information technology and be on the cutting edge of this artificial intelligence age. We're not looking at that. We need to look at that, and we need to use our community college system, working with our high schools, to really increase the use of vocational education. And we need to have the University of Wyoming do real research and move into the top 100 research universities in the country. When you have that kind of preparation in your workforce, if you build that, they will come.
Okay.
But I don't want to just focus on how we do nationally. When you look at how we do internationally, the U.S. was 41st in math. Are you kidding me? Well below well below Singapore, Hong Kong, and other countries in science, above Russia and China in reading only. So we've got a problem with how we deliver education. And that is what's driving immigration, V2 visas, or V12 visas. 50% of Silicon Valley IT employees are foreign born. Well, they don't know our Constitution. They don't have our culture. They don't love us. So we're changing our culture because these people have got to have people that can work in that industry.